panels basically, and then they're not in yet, they're not properly terminated, so this might be a little bit of a temporary setup just to get a few contacts. I won't be going out portable certainly. And a final question, in a net like this, who should we kind of net onto, where there's quite a few people running older gear? I think my 857 is a little bit off frequency. Even though I've got the high stability crystal in it, it still seems to be a bit off. So I know that isn't perfect. So going 905 and using the clarifier isn't the best option. Netting on to Guy is what I've been doing so far, which has meant a little bit of chasing around, but not much. But how accurate that is to 905, I'm not sure. I'm sure there are members on who have got far fancier radios who we could net on to. So yeah, then my question is basically who should we net on to? What should be the system? Particularly those that have got radios that drift a bit. Okay, goes to Mark, M0JCF, M0SJW.
Yeah, M0SJW, M0JCF in the Cray Valley net. I did drop down 5 kcs and retune slightly, but I'm not sure that that's actually done anything power wise. I seem to be putting out on the louder portions of my voice I seem to be running around 30 to 35 watts, so sometimes excuse me, sometimes a little bit over, but definitely healthier than what it was before. I'm showing on my display 1905, and yeah, I think what happened was I was chasing Guy slightly, and then to listen to him, and then I was forgetting to come back up, and of course once I started transmitting I sounded off. My portable device that I was recording on actually run out of memory, so there will be a little bit of a gap in this. I just had to clear out some applications and some old rubbish videos and that. Projects, well, don't get me started on projects. I've got far too many, over ambition I think we'll call it. I think you all know the Kodar AT5 is about 3 years overdue now. The Swan 350, I've had that a good 9 months now, so maybe a little bit less, so but I know talking to Guy, we've got the components there to start work on that. The FR50B, the little Yaesu receiver, valve receiver, that needs a squirt switch cleaner on absolutely everything and anything at the moment. Then of course I've got the Summer Camp FR100B and the FL100B. They've both got to have some serious work. You plug them in, they light up, and that's about it. Like the receiver doesn't make any noise, and I haven't even attempted to do anything with the transmitter apart from see if it powered up. Started them on a Variac at about 60-70 volts, gradually brought it up until dial lights etc came on. Looking inside the case I could see some heaters lit up, so I think that tells the story there. I'm hoping that it's either sockets or valves and not transformers and the wiring to and from. But if some heaters are lighting up, then I would say that they're all good and ready to go. Guy, if you remember just before Christmas I told you about me COVID, and I had some gear that I was offloading. That's all gone now, old chap. I never heard back from you, so I just passed it on. and likewise that Heathkit audio frequency meter. Somebody hit me up from the club Yahoo groups emailing and asked, is it a valve version? If so, he'd be interested. Well, it has got a couple of valves in it. I think it's got a 6AW8A and an EF184 in there. So, you know, if that's of any use to him, I'm sure that it's going to a good home. So just looking at the meters, not too sure how this is running. I think maybe the SWR is a little bit high and I'm talking too long and the radio's complaining, because it does look like on my long rambling overs, that the power's dropping off. So I'm going to go quiet now. Guy, I'm going to hand it round to you, because I'm not sure if G4 Bravo Uniform Oscar Dave, not sure if you're hearing me. So I'll hand it round to you, Guy, your net controller. G0 UKN M0 JCF.
Yeah, M0 JCF, G0 UKN. It occurred to me, folks, that we ought to try a bit of AM, but obviously, Mark, you might actually come up on FM, but we should be able to slope detect you on FM, and likewise you should be able, no, you'd be slope detecting us. We'd be slope detecting you. You'd have a discriminator. You might have to listen to us on single sideband, but we should really give that a go. I think Dave BUO said he was going to clear, but probably wouldn't hear him on AM anyway, and I don't think any of us would hear WMR. But interesting that Laurie's listening on the SDR, because I thought Laurie was joining us this evening. Maybe other things have happened. Anyway, I'm going to switch over now to AM. It'll take me a few seconds to do so, and then I will pass it, with your permission, Frank WMR, I'm going to pass it straight to Dav, and anybody, we'll see who we can work on AM, and if anybody's going to hear you, it'll be Dav or Sam. So if I pass it to Dav first, and then perhaps he can see if he can hear Frank WMR, because I certainly won't hear him on AM. But 2 seconds, I've just got to tune up, and I will come back to you all on AM from G0 UKN.
That sounds like FM to me. M0 JCF, if you can hear me, you sound absolutely fine to me, Guy.
Sorry, 3 of you went at once. Yeah, Mark, Sam, any comments? Okay, because I'm looking at myself on the band scope on my Pro 3, and it says I'm spot on. If you reckon I'm 1.5 kilohertz high, that's really weird, because literally it looks spot on. If I go down 1.5 kilohertz, where have I got to take that to?
fine. I guess that's just how AM works. But on the band scope, I can see very clearly everyone else was spot on 1905, and you were on 1906.5. Now you're just actually slightly below 1905. So I'm not sure which band scope you're looking at, but it's very clear. I've got mine set to plus and minus 10 kilohertz. I've got it. I can see very small movements. Then now you're almost spot on. Just very very slightly low now, maybe 50 hertz or so low. But that looks good to me. Back to you, G0UKN from M0WDV.
Yeah, M0WDV, G0UKN. Right, let's look at this again on the landscape, and we'll try and do that. And why the heck can I not find the right button on this? It's that one there, isn't it? Yeah, okay. That says I'm now on 1904.58. Okay, let's move up very, very slightly. And my voice is really suffering. Okay, let's put the centre on 105 dead, and then we'll move up slightly. I sort of reset things, so okay, that should be 105 dead. Back to you.
Yeah, that's 1905 exactly. Pretty much. Within the resolution of a few pixels on my screen, that looks about right to me. Yeah, Guy, G0UKN, and it's a nice strong signal, 59 plus 40 from M0WDV.
M0WDV, G0UKN. Yeah, okay, brilliant. So at least we're on frequency then. Okay, well I'll pass it over to you for an over. You're very, very strong, by the way. Looks very, very good to me. And very, very nice sounding audio. M0WDV in the group, G0UKN.
Okay, thanks Guy, M0WDV returning. Not much more to add, but I'm intrigued, Sam, about the donut machine. You have mentioned it before. Automatic donut making machine sounds marvelous. If you've got video of it, I'm sure other members might be interested. Maybe you could post something on the reflector. From my standpoint, I'd certainly be very interested in seeing that. Not really much more to add. We'll see how people's signals look as we go around on this AM over. So I'll pass it round now to Frank, G0FTP from M0WDV.
G8MNY,
So that's all good there. We're running it in dial subsidized at 847 because the seems to be a bit better than sort of AM transmit audio wise. The 847 is so much nicer to listen to. The sound audio is better. So less binder on the ears. But anyway, not that it didn't seem to be any better. Just obviously just too narrow. What if you can get wider audio out of it through the effectors on the back? Not sure. To look into that. Yeah, there's a bit of distinction on your audio, which doesn't usually there when you're running the mode bar. So I'm not sure what it is. It seems to be a little bit better when you moved away from the mic to adjust your frequency. It was no different whether you were on the higher or lower frequency. It was there both times. But when you moved away to make the adjustment, it was a bit better. So I'm not sure if maybe you're just getting it a little bit harder. It could just be that your buffer fold
Yeah, M0SJW, M0JCF. Not sure whether I'm running AM or FM. I'm suspecting FM. So is anyone hearing me? I'll hand it back to you, Sam, because you was a good, strong signal to me. M0SJW, M0JCF.
Yeah, M0JCF, M0SJW. You're running FM, and so am I now. So hopefully I'm coming through okay. You're running FM, to my best judgment, going through the modes. Back to you.
Yeah, you sound absolutely beautiful on FM. I'm running about I suppose about 12 watts, a little bit, well, it was not a little bit high. Not on AM, 12 watts would be a little bit high on this portion of the bands. Not sure about FM, but running about 12 watts, mate. Yeah, you're 5 and 9 plus 25 and sounding lovely on FM. It seems like the closer stations, the stronger stations, they're really, really clipped, and that's what made me think, yeah, it's FM. But the quieter stations are actually quite readable, which was quite strange, and it sort of had me head scratching for the moment. So it looks like I'm sitting on FM. It's the FM board that's fitted, which is a bit of a shame. I know everyone wants FM boards fitted, but really that's only good, isn't it, for 29 megahertz? So I'd rather have had the AM, especially now AM's getting more popular. I mean, I've got radios that do AM, and on the next top band net I'll probably grab myself my FT817 or the TS590S or something like that. But yeah, it's great talking to you, and thanks for coming on to FM. As I say, no doubt everyone else has worked out now what's happening. So I'll leave it at that. If you just inform anyone who hasn't heard me, Sam, that I'm just going to be listening and then going QRT after a few overs. But for people not to call me back, there is no point. I've done the video anyway, so you'll all be able to hear yourselves on FM on the video. I know you're using AM, but being resolved in FM. I'll hand it back to you there to hand it back to Guy, whoever, Sam. So nice to meet you, mate, and Happy New Year to you and everyone. M0SJW, M0JCF.
Okay, right. I'm just increasing the grid current a little bit and backing the audio off a little bit. Okay, Sam, is that any better now? Back to you. Okay, yeah, I just didn't have the grid current turned up high enough, which is not something you say very often. And I've just backed myself away from the microphone a bit. I'm still modulating at sort of 80-90%.
Okay, we're listening on FM. I'm switching to lower sideband and retuning slightly.
On the transmitter, as far as Mark is concerned, JCF, regardless of it being on FM, I was resolving him perfectly. It sounded absolutely fine to me. So I'll pass it back round to Mark to see, just talk to us on FM. I'm totally understanding what you're saying, and
No problem. I wonder if you're copying my AM okay. M0JCF, G0UKN in the group.
Yeah, G0UKN, M0JCF. Yeah, I was copying you just fine. I switched from FM to lower sideband and retuned slightly, and you sounded really good on lower sideband. But no, yourself, Guy, you're sounding good on FM. And I think Frank was a bit rough. Sam was a bit rough, but you and Dav both sounded good. There's a little bit of clipping going on the louder portions of your sentences, but other than that, it was absolutely fine. If I didn't know any better, I'd just say, you're just using old equipment with old microphones. But of course, we know Dav isn't, and we know that Sam and Frank aren't as well. So it seems to be coming down to audio levels. I mean, at the moment, you're absolutely spot on, perfectly readable, as I say, and so is Dav. But yeah, Sam and Frank in particular, it was a bit rough. But then we can't say anything other than I'm on completely the wrong mode. So back to you there, Guy. G0UKN, M0JCF in the AM FM mode group.
M0JCF, G0UKN returning. Okay. Well, it's not up to the quality of AM that you've had in the past, but yeah, fully copyable. Honestly, not a problem at all, Mark. So we'll call that one a QSO, regardless of modes. And glad I've managed to clean up my signal a little bit as well. Thanks so much for that, Sam. I haven't. I've used this on 80 meters AM, but I haven't used it on top band AM since the last top band net. I don't think. I may have spoken to Dave IDF. Well, no, that was actually on the net, wasn't it? So no, I've had a few QSOs on 80 AM, and I've actually had a QSO with a German on 40 AM on this a few days ago. After Steve ZPS told me he'd been running AM on 40 meters, and I was doing some tests and had a German come back to me and say, "You are not using the correct sideband. Please retune to lower sideband." And I just said, "I'm on AM. Please retune to AM." And bless him, he came back to me on AM and then gave me a 5 and 7. So all was good. Okay, well, I'll actually, let's see if Laurie's listening and only got the AM kit available. So, Laurie, G4FAA, are you with us? G0UKN, listening? Clearly not. Okay, right, back round to Dav, I think. Yeah, round to you, Dav. M0WDV, G0UKN in the group with the SDR spluttering away in the background.
Yeah, G0UKN and 0WDV returning in the CBRS top band net on AM. Guy, Frank, Sam, very, very strong, 5 and 9, and Mark, even though you're doing FM, I can give you a 5 and 9 on AM. I was sticking between AM and FM, and yes, obviously you sound clearer on FM, but if I didn't know any better, as Guy said, it would just sound like a perfectly copyable AM transmission. So that's magic. Interestingly, even though I did notice you were 700 hertz high, Bandscope saying that you were 0.7 kilohertz high, but it makes no difference. It's still 100% copyable. And Frank FDP, you were 500 hertz low, half a kilohertz low, but again, makes absolutely no difference at all. Everybody coming through nice and strong. 5 and 9 plus. I wasn't paying too much attention. Everyone was in the red, so plus something over the 5 and 9. I'll pass it round to Frank now. G0 FTP from M0WDV. M0WDV from G0 FTP. On the AM side, 15 meters. Yeah, okay, no problem there. That's your fact.
M0 SJW, M0 JCF in the Cray Valley group. I'm very aware as well that using a FM, I might be taking up a lot of bandwidth, but I'm sure there's not too many people around complaining in this portion of the top band. But no, it was nice. It's nice to actually work. I mean, as I said to Sam, I think next time we do this, and I insist on using old radio radios that don't have AM, I think what I'll do is I'll bring out the ft817 and give that a go on AM. I've never tried that radio on AM. Of course, it's limited to 4 watts. I have built some linear amplifiers that might get me up to about 8 watts, 9 watts, 10 watts maybe, but obviously 8 watt carrier is what we're looking for. So excuse me, yeah, so yeah, I might try that next month and see what happens. So that will be, because obviously it's a bit more portable. I mean, the other thing I could do is when we go into AM is leg it from the garage to the loft and use the TS590S. I mean, that's what I've used in the past when we've run AM, but you know, I'm just enjoying myself at the moment using all this old kit out in the garage. So yeah, I'll probably bring the FT817 and give that a go and just see how it fares on the QRP power. And I mean, we're not far off that now, are we? But I'm not too sure what they do AM, the FT817. I say they're about 4 or 5 watts on SSB, so I would imagine probably like just a couple of watts AM. But it might be good enough just for this local ground wave stuff. But then again, it might also be working incredibly well on skip. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I haven't really got the antenna for too much serious long distance work. And talking of skip, last weekend, or was it just before Christmas, I worked in Namibia on 10 meters and South Africa on 15 meters again. So I do seem to have a very good takeoff in that direction. Now it's off the end of my antenna as well, because I use a long wire antenna running north south. So it seems to be that I have a lot of success with 10 and 15 meters using the long wire. Now normally when I'm in the loft and I'm on those bands, I use a vertical, or at least for 10 meters I've got a resonant vertical, but I just haven't used that for quite a while now. And the 10 meters, the long wire didn't used to work very well on 10 meters on the other radios, but these old bangers they certainly seem to work really well on the 10 meters on the long wire. And as I say, in particular, running north south, so off the end of the antenna down into Namibia and South Africa. But that was the DX. That's all the DX I've had. A lot of people reporting the last couple of weeks, VKs and ZLs, etc. I haven't been up early enough in the morning, I don't think, really, to sort of explore those avenues. But I'm happy with South Africa on 10 meters and Namibia 10 meters or 15 meters. But I know I'll flick between the two bands, and once I'd logged those two, I was quite happy. So I'll tell you what, gents, I'm going to call it a night anyway. I'm going to wish you all very best 73. Happy New Year to everyone who can hear me and resolve me. And I'll look forward possibly to getting into the club on Saturday for the KW weekend. I'll at least try and show me face for 20 minutes or so. Maybe even have a bash on the radio guy if you've got a pile up, which you normally have got. I will try to work you from this QTH anyway, and then from there, as I say, if I get the time on the Saturday, I'll spin over. I can't remember if it's both days. If it ain't the Saturday, then I might try on the Sunday. I'm sure I can fit in half hour of my life this weekend coming. So I'll say a good evening to you. Enjoy what's left of the net, however long you're carrying on, and look forward to catching up with you in the very near future, either, as I say, the KW weekend or just on one of the various nets. I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll hand it back to Guy. G0UKN M0JCF, now going QRT. Cheers.
JCF, G0UKN returning. Okay, well, I've changed microphones. I'm now running a Rothermel D104, which is a 1950s British copy of the American D104, so beloved of a lot of people. I've got a few D104s, and this particular one is the oldest one. Dates from late 40s and early 1950s, and it had a cable fault, which while we've been on the net, I've recabled it, and it's now modulating quite happily. So I'm going to pass it round, and I guess it goes to Dav M0WDV. But many thanks for coming up to you, Mark, if you're going to disappear. And nice to work you on AM/FM. And yeah, you might have been a bit wider, but hey, I'm sure you didn't upset too many people. As you rightly say, it's not going to be the end of the world, is it, on this particular bit of band? I noticed some SSB signals further up when I was watching the SDR, but they were well up on about 910 or a little bit above, so hopefully we weren't upsetting them. Okay, so I'll put it round to Dav and say 73 to you, Mark, and we'll just go round once more because time's going on. But thanks so much everybody who came up this evening, and thoroughly enjoyed the net. And yeah, so round to you, Dav. M0WDV, and interested in any comments on this microphone compared to the other one from G0UKN.
Yep, thanks, Guy. G0UKN, M0WDV returning. Yeah, lovely audio there. I think that definitely sounds better than the mic you had before. Yeah, in terms of bandwidth, I wouldn't say that because I'm looking at the bandwidth sort of visually. It was slightly wider. I'm looking at plus and minus 10 kilohertz, and it wasn't reaching the edge of my screen, so it wasn't doing too bad, Mark. So yeah, I'm sure you didn't upset too many people. Yeah, it's been lovely to catch up with everyone. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make the KW weekend, as I mentioned earlier. So please take some pictures, Guy. And good luck with it. I hope it all goes well. Sorry, I won't. I'll be missing it because I'll be in Wales. Yeah, I hope to catch up with you all. Maybe I'm not sure what's going to happen with the club meetings with the current situation, but maybe the next one will be Zoom. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's been decided yet, but it'd be nice if we can meet up face to face. It's always better that way, I think. Yeah, with that I'll say 73s to everyone. And Frank, you were bang on frequency that time. Yes, I guess you had deliberately tuned yourself down on the earlier over. You were bang on 109.05 on the last over. So 73s, and I will now go QRT and pass it round to G0FTP from M0WDV. Yep, okay, Dan, thanks very much. G0WDV from G0FTP, yeah. Nice audio. You got a nice, clear and softest toned audio there, Dave. It's not TV size audio on the two mics they're using, but the audio there, guys, not too the other one. It's good enough to say nice audio on that mic you're using there. Even that's an old one. It's in the 1940s and early 50s, so it's doing well. No problem.
Yeah, M0SJW, M0JCF returning for that final. No, I'm not, because the heater's off.
Feedback there as I clean up. This microphone is a lot more sensitive, and I think it's as I go in to transmit, the HT takes a little while to go off on the receiver, and then there's just a little bit of feedback before the whole thing mutes, Sam. So I think that's what it is. But it's certainly it's a more effective mute than on the Eddystone, but a lot more dangerous. If you saw any of my comments, the mute plug on this receiver I'm now using, which is a Geloso 209 from about 1958, has full HT on the mute socket, and I plugged a banana plug into it, not realising, and got a shock. Quite a big one, actually, but there you go. All right, well, many thanks, Sam. Many thanks for everybody who joined the net, those who could use AM and those who couldn't. It's nice to hear everybody, and also it's a worthwhile thing to have done to get this D104 working for the weekend, because it is a nice microphone to use with this vintage kit, and it's been out of commission for a little while. So just completely replaced the coax with some more flexible coax on it. Right, I'll wish everyone 7-3s. Dav, Frank, Mark, if you're listening, Sam, any other shortwave listeners we may have a wonderful rest of the week. See some of you at the KW weekend. And Frank, for your benefit, we intend getting there on Friday between sort of 4 and half past, I guess, to start setting up. So sort of 4 to half past, we'll be in the hall, and we'll take it from there. And yeah, if anybody fancies a bit of top band AM with GB8KW, we will be running top band AM on Friday evening. Probably not as late as this, maybe a little bit before, but we'll be running top band on Friday evening, looking for contacts, and then maybe a bit of 80 meters AM as well. So keep your ears out for us then. So I wish everyone 7-3s, and have a very good rest of the week from G0UKN. Just listening for any comments before disappearing.
Yeah, thanks a lot for running there, Guy. All the best and good luck, M0WDB. Yeah, okay, guys.